This interview is brought to you by Wow Radio, indie media for the indie spirit. www.wowuradio.net. That's www.wowradio.net.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Caribgem right here on Indie News Live via Wow Radio. And today I have a special guest. We're going to be chatting with Tom DeLay of TomDelayBeats.com. He's a producer and beat maker, and we're going to get to know him a little bit better today. We're going to be chatting with him about his video, The Living Dead, which is directed by Lewis Martins. Tom, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm doing well. How's the weather where you are?
It was actually snowing for like 20 minutes, but it cleared up now. I'm in Long Island right now.
Oh my goodness! So you're in Long Island, New York?
Yep, it's freezing.
Oh my goodness! Now a little birdie told me that you used to reside in the DMV. For those of you guys who are not familiar with the DMV, that's D.C., Maryland, and Virginia area. And I heard that you left us. So with that being said, I want you to formally introduce yourself to our listeners and tell us a little bit about, where you grew up and were raised.
Yeah, what's up? Tom DeLay, TomDelayBeats.com. I grew up in Jersey. Came down to Maryland in 2001. I was there representing the DMV for a good 12 years. Shout out to the whole Baltimore scene, DMV, DC rap, and all that. And then just a couple months ago, I came back up to be next to New York City. And so I'm living in Jersey, right across the bridge, and where I want to be.
Okay. So you did leave us for a good reason, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I hope so.
Okay. Well, we can deal with that if you left us for a good reason. Now, let's fast forward a little bit and get into the entertainment. How long have you been in the entertainment business? Have this something you've been doing all of your life, or did you get into it when a little bit later in life? How did that come about?
Pretty much middle school. Rapping, getting in ciphers at lunchtime and parties and at high school and stuff. Then I went away to college at University of Maryland. Met a lot of people that introduced me and led me to a lot of other people, and started getting a little more serious and rapping and making beats for real probably since like 2005.
Okay.
And, I've been a part of the label, Breakfast Records, since around then, since its inception. And, just working on various projects throughout the years, banging the beats out and doing that.
So, specifically, you're a producer and a beat maker, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep.
What indie artists have we maybe heard your beats on their tracks?
Sure. A-Class, I've done a lot of production for. He's big in the battle circuits, Grind Time, King of the Dot, all that. Shout out to my man A-Class. Been making beats for him for years and doing production on his projects. My homie Teddy Faley, been working with a lot more recently. I've done stuff for Trace Blam, who's got me a couple collabs with Sky Zoo, Sean Dawn, Joe Scudder, Copyright. I don't know if he's releasing those joints or if he will, but shout out to him. The big homie Legacy from the Justice League back in the day, Ninth Wonders Camp and all that. Done a couple tracks with him, built with him. Been good peoples, and a lot of artists throughout the DMV. Shout out to Ill Conscious, Mana, Pac-Man, Diagrams, yada yada yada.
So basically, you work with a lot of indie artists.
Yep.
Okay. Well, with that being said, let's get into your single, which is called "The Living Dead." Now, this single, I saw the video. I didn't hear the beat first. I saw the video first. So I got to put a visual in with the audio. Okay? So I really, really like this video. I think my comment was that it was creatively eerie.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I'm gonna give it over to you so you can explain it. But I would like to mention this in the beginning of the video, and this is like the first 5 seconds. There's a quote that comes up on the screen, and it says, "Nothing was your own except the few cubic centimeters inside your skull," and that was by George Orwell in 1984. So to begin, before you talk about the whole video, why was that quote put in the beginning of the video like that?
Well, the theme of the instrumental album it's called "Sharks in the Sky," which is basically a little reference to the usage of drone planes on domestic soil within the U.S. now. We've been using them in wars for years, and nobody ever really thought that would come back to do domestic surveillance, which it is now. And I think it's a topic that people should think about and think about if it's right. So that's kind of the broader concept behind the album, and a lot of the beats on there kind of go with it's a lot of electro sounding hip hop beats, a lot of organs and keyboards and basses and stuff. So that's the broader concept for the instrumental project. And I linked up with Louis Martins just via online. He copped one of my beats off of a site and used it for a documentary, and I really liked what he did with it. So I approached him about doing a video for a beat for this project, and he was all about it once I told him the concept. And I mean, as far as the video, I really just kind of explained that concept to him. Surveillance in 2012 and 2013, and he's in the UK, so he's as much as aware of that, or even more than we are in America. And he kind of just took that concept and ran with the entire video. I didn't really give him any direction besides that. The guy's amazing. He does really good work.
He does. He does. Because I know in just various parts of the video, it's this one part where the person is sitting on the bed and they look at the phone, and I believe it says the man work on the phone.
Yeah, the man from work.
Yes, the man from work on the phone. But then he drops it in like the toilet or something, I think. Yeah, he had to get rid of that. He wasn't trying to, or she. It's a woman, actually. It's a little known fact. That's actually his mother who plays the lead role in that video. I don't know if you wanted me to disclose that or not, but I guess I just did. There are just so many parts of this video that pulls you in, especially the part with the doll. Please talk about the part with the doll, and I believe her tongue is sticking out or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of little messages within it. He liked to describe it as dark humor. I don't know if a lot of people get the humor of the video, but the doll is just another way, another representation of the psyche of the paranoid schizophrenic person who lets whatever get to them, whatever is going on in the world or whatever they think's happening, and lets it control their lives, basically.
Yeah, I can definitely see that in the movie. In the film, there are also some words that kind of pop out. I believe in one scene, there the lady sitting on the bed, and in the background on the wall is the word art, and it's written on kind of a canvas. And then, but while she's sitting on the bed, she's actually holding a book, and it looks like she's writing in the book. And then they cut to that part, and in the book, it just has the word bang, and all she's doing is circling that word. So, there's just a lot of awesome scenes. I think I thought it was eerie, probably because of the doll.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. He said he picked that up at a garage sale a couple of years ago, and he knew he'd be able to use it for film purposes at some point later in life. And I guess I came around at the right time, and he brought it to life. Literally, he did some puppeteering in that video too. Man, the guy's crazy. Takes a lot of good pictures. He's traveled around the world. He's covered everything. He does lingerie shoots for models to covers anonymous events and rallies and protests. So he is a well-traveled, well-versed individual, and is good at what he does. Big shout out to Louis Martins, and Poet 102 Productions is his production company.
Awesome. Now, I have a question for you. What was your inspiration behind the beat for The Living Dead?
Really just the whole broad concept of the project, and just trying to stay within a relatively cohesive sound. But to have as many beats that different people will like I didn't want someone to like every beat on the project. I wanted people to like 2 or 3. That way, a lot of people can resonate with different songs on the project. Although I don't think one person will like them all. So, I tried to just play with little different subgenres of hip hop a little bit. That particular beat is more of a true hip hop banger. Like, the drums knock on that really hard. I'm not going to tell you where I got the sample from. We'll leave that as a mystery, hopefully, because that's one thing I try to pride myself in my beats, is that chopping them up and fucking with them to a point where hopefully people can't pick where a lot of them come from. So, but that one was definitely one of the more true school hip hop, just nasty, crunch your face up bangers on the project.
I wonder if our listeners out there can even guess or try to wrap their heads around where the sample's from. I know I don't know. I'm not even going to try. I think you got it. Contact Tom. Matter of fact, speaking of contact, how can we contact you? Are you on social media? I know you're on YouTube, because that's where I got the video from. But where else are you on?
It's pretty much any social network / Tom DeLay Beats. That's Twitter / Tom DeLay Beats, YouTube, Facebook, SoundCloud / Tom DeLay Beats, and TomDelayBeats.com.
Okay. Now I want to ask you a question about the indie. What do you think are some of the advantages and disadvantages of being an indie artist?
I don't know. Just I don't think of myself as an indie artist. I just think of myself as an artist. I operate in an indie capacity, in that a lot of this stuff is funded out of my pocket. The money goes back to me. Yada yada yada.
Right.
But if an opportunity had presented itself where indie versus industry, whatever, as long as I'm doing what I want to do, and the creativity is not compromised, that's it to me, really. But I think especially with the internet and YouTube, you see a lot of people blowing up overnight, just with the indiness of the internet. And a lot of even indie labels are becoming more prominent right now because of the internet, and it's really leveling the playing field to compete with huge record companies. Like, if you put out a dope video and somehow that goes viral, that's just as good as Kanye spending as much as he does on promotions and PR and all that. So I don't remember what the original question was. I went off on a tangent, but
just what are the advantages and disadvantages of being an indie artist? But you pretty much you answered it. You answered it as it relates to yourself.
Yeah, sure.
What are give one tip to any upcoming producers or beat makers out there? What is one main tip that you can give them for them to keep doing what they're doing? Words of encouragement, might I say.
All right. Just find as many avenues as you can. Don't be closed-minded to different opportunities. I find at least a lot of like true school hip hop people, like, you know, like when new shit comes around, they're all like, you know, fuck that, it's not true school hip hop. Like,
right.
I think you just gotta be open minded. Like, there is new shit that's dope, and like, hip hop can't be the same shit it was in the golden era in the '90s age. Like, you gotta take that and build off of that and make it better, not just do the same thing that people were doing 15 years ago, because, you know, that's going to get stale, but take what was good about that and reinvent it and make it better. And as Primo said on The Moment of Truth, you know, it's the same formula. It's just got to elevate them, keep elevating.
Okay. Now, what is the next project that we can expect from you?
I'm working on a little EP right now with A-Class, and another EP with my homie Teddy Faley. You know, I got a lot of beats out there right now that should be released probably by summer, springtime. A couple videos with the homie Yella Jesus from Baltimore. He's dropping a mixtape and a couple videos with a couple of my beats. And I'm in the stages right now of developing a concept for another instrumental album and videos for that as well. So, you know, just keep working with the people I work with, get beats to who want them and who's paying me, and at the same time develop concepts and videos for instrumental albums.
Okay. Well, we're going to be keeping an eye on you and what you have going on. I want to thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you guys.
Check out
appreciate
Tom DeLay Beats. As he mentioned earlier, it's Tom DeLay Beats on everything. You go to YouTube, Tom DeLay Beats, SoundCloud, Tom DeLay Beats, Twitter, Tom DeLay Beats. I just say Google Tom DeLay Beats, and then you'll get the whole page of everything that he has going on. Again, thank you so much, Tom. I know we talked right before the interview. Definitely send me the events and things that you guys have going on in New York, and we'll, you know, make sure we post them on Indie News and get them out to everybody.
Absolutely. Shout out to slingtheory.com and shout out to the homies Dirt Platoon. Thank you, Carib.
No problem. Awesome. All right, you guys, this has been another Indie News Live interview right here on Wild Radio. You know we have that indie media for your indie spirit. Keep it locked for more Wild interviews.
This has been another Wild Radio interview. Please contact info@wilduradio.net for any other